The roads are horrible. If you can stay off the roads, please do. Visibility is low, it is windy. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie, so I love motocross, ATVing. I'm Sarah Jones, and we're at Istanbul's annual Jurit Game. Most places in Manila, even shopping malls, have metal detectors when you go in. So how did these gunmen even get in? Is the main arterial road going into Lomax, Illinois. And it's really something that you can't fully take in unless you're here. Liberty, the eagle, is here with it. The oldest one has its roots back in China in about 2737 BC. There's been standing water out here on these farms for weeks, as some people were not too happy with how he was spending his time. Tourism is down in Turkey, so why build another airport now? Using a tank as a shield, these civilians in Mosul were rescued by the Iraqi military and volunteers. And for many residents, this is what survival looks like. The battle to retake the old city from Daesh is becoming the deadliest in the 8-month offensive to recapture Iraq's second-largest city. A lot of the old city has been destroyed. It's the last district under Daesh control in Mosul, and is home to some of the city's most crowded neighborhoods. Aid agencies say more than 100,000 civilians are thought to be trapped. Half of them are children. This boy was found alone in the rubble of a school, according to Iraqi forces. The Red Cross says many of the sick and wounded civilians escaping from the front lines are dying in high numbers.
Daesh murders people. They aren't even snipers. They just come out and shoot at people. Everyone's dead. My 2 girls were also killed in the street. May their souls rest in peace during this holy month. Oh God, please rescue us.
The Iraqi army says there are no more than 300 Daesh fighters left in Mosul, down from nearly 6,000.
May God curse Daesh. May they all die.
On Wednesday, U.S.-led forces said Daesh blew up a mosque that had stood in Mosul for 8 centuries. The terrorist group denies this. The historic Great Mosque of El-Nouri is where Daesh leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi gave a speech in 2014 asserting himself as spiritual leader. Iraqi and American officials now say he's hiding on the Iraqi-Syrian border. Back in Mosul, Iraqi forces say the battle for the city could be over within the next few days. But the rebuilding of the city will take much longer. And some things will never be the same again. Sarah Jones, TRT World. These bikers have to use road names for their own protection. And when a child calls them,
we will ride out to this child's home. And we always call the law enforcement first, because if you're getting 10, 20, 30, 40 bikes showing up in your neighborhood, someone is going to call.
They secure the perimeter.
We'll just stay there until that child does not feel fear. And if that's days, weeks, that's what it is.
Bear, Big Fun, Pearl, and Squatch say they are part of a group of bikers who work together to empower abused children.
A child might need us right before they're going to court. A child might need us when they're going to court. We're able to escort these children to court. Judges have allowed us to sit in the courtroom while that child testifies. We may show up when that child's having a nightmare. We can activate our chapters to create a physical boundary around that child's home so that child knows that we have their back.
It works because we're big and scary.
Bikers Against Child Abuse, also known as BACA, is centered around choices. A child must choose to join this biker family.
Because so many choices have been taken away from this child, it's a way for them to use their voice again.
Once they join, they receive a cut embroidered with the road name of their choosing.
When the child chooses a road name, that's one of those steps to empowerment.
They also get a backpack, a BACA blanket, which provides a sense of security, as well as
teddy bears that we fill with love for them.
If that child chooses to go for a motorcycle ride, that child chooses the motorcycle of their choice and gets to go for a very short ride around their neighborhood.
They're all volunteers.
We've seen kids haven't come out of their house for like 45 days, come out and start painting guys' fingernails.
BACA members say their payday comes when a child feels safe enough in the world that they no longer need them. But if they ever do, these bikers are just a phone call away. Because once a BACA child, always a BACA child. Reporting in the Quad Cities, Sarah Jones, KWQC TV6 News.